What really takes to be a good scalper? In this video, we're going to talk about 6 personality traits to be profitable as a scalper. 1. Emotional control. Keeping your feelings calm when you trade is the most important skill for a scalper. If your mind is a mess, your trades will be a mess and you will lose money. Scalping is very fast. When you are watching a 1-minute or 5-minute chart, prices jump around quickly. This speed can easily make you feel scared or too excited if you are not careful. When you trade a fast-moving market like gold, the price of gold can drop or shoot up in seconds. You have to stay completely calm when that sudden movement happens. Imagine you lose 3 trades in a row. It is perfectly normal to feel angry or frustrated, but if you let that anger take over, you will start making bad choices. Angry traders often try to win their money back right away. They jump into a bad trade just to feel better or to fix their daily profit. This is called revenge trading, and it almost always ends badly. When you feel that anger building up, the best thing to do is walk away. Close your laptop or step away from your desk for a while. Taking a short break clears your head and resets your mood. Winning can also be dangerous to your mindset. If you win 5 trades in a row, you might start feeling like you cannot possibly lose. This feeling is just as bad as being angry. When you feel too confident, you might risk way too much money on your next trade. If that big trade goes wrong, you lose all the money you just worked so hard to win. Building a simple routine keeps you grounded. Make smart, logical choices instead of emotional ones. Emotional control is about protecting your mind so you can protect your money. If you can master your feelings, you will become a much better, safer, and more profitable scalper. 2. Handling pressure. Staying calm when everything is happening very fast. For a scalper, this is a very important skill to learn. If you cannot handle the heat, you will make bad choices. When you scalp, you are looking at charts that move every single minute. The numbers flash green and red quickly. This fast movement naturally makes your brain feel stressed and rushed. You only have a few seconds to decide if you want to buy or sell. This lack of time creates a heavy weight on your shoulders. You have to think fast, but also think clearly. The pressure gets even worse when you are on a losing streak. If you just lost 3 trades in a row, the 4th trade feels very scary. You might feel like you have to win, which makes the stress much heavier. Your heart might beat faster, your hands might sweat, and your breathing might get shallow. When your body panics, your mind usually panics too. Have a clear plan before you even sit at your desk. If you know exactly what you are looking for, you do not have to guess. Guessing is what causes most of the stress. Part of that plan is knowing exactly where you will exit if you are wrong. If you know your stop loss is set, you do not have to worry as much. Just let the market do its thing. Another great way to handle pressure is to risk very little money. If a losing trade only costs you a few dollars, it will not ruin your day. Small risks keep your mind calm and clear. If you trade with too much money, the pressure will be impossible to handle. Seeing huge red numbers will make you panic and break your rules. Only trade with money you are completely fine with losing. You have to remember that you cannot control the market at all. The only thing you have power over is your own choices. Letting go of the need to control everything reduces your stress. You have to trust your trading strategy. If you have tested your rules and know they work, you must follow them. Do not change your rules just because you feel scared. You also cannot let one bad trade ruin your next one. Every trade is a brand new event with a new chance to win or lose. You have to wipe the slate clean in your mind every single time. Sometimes, the pressure simply gets to be too much for anyone. When you feel completely overwhelmed, the smartest move is to just walk away. The market will still be there tomorrow when you feel better. Handling pressure gets a little easier with lots of practice. The more you see the fast charts, the more normal they will start to feel. Experience builds a tough skin over time. You should also remove any other distractions while you are scalping. Turn off your phone and tell people not to bother you. You cannot handle fast trades if you are looking at something else. Simple breathing exercises can actually help you physically handle the stress. Taking slow, deep breaths tells your brain that you are safe. A relaxed body helps you make smart, logical choices. Feeling pressure is completely normal for any trader. You will never get rid of it entirely. The goal is just to manage it so it does not control your actions. 3. Cutting losses quickly. Cutting your losses quickly is the single most important rule for a scalper. It's closing a bad trade without waiting or second-guessing yourself. If the trade didn't go according to your plan, just get out. and move on to the next trade. Fast time frames like the 1-minute or 5-minute charts, prices change in the blink of an eye. You do not have time to sit and hope a bad trade will magically turn around. When you are trading something highly volatile like gold can jump or crash several dollars in just a few seconds, wiping out a small account instantly. If you buy and the price immediately drops against you, your brain will want to wait. You will tell yourself it will bounce back, but hoping is exactly how you lose everything. A small loss is like a tiny paper cut. It stings a little, but it heals very fast, and you can keep going without much pain. But if you refuse to close that bad trade, that tiny paper cut turns into a deep wound. Suddenly, you are staring at a massive red number on your screen, and panic sets in. The best traders do not win every time. In fact, they lose a lot of trades, but they survive because every single loss they take is very small and highly controlled. You need to know exactly where you will get out if you are wrong. Accepting you are wrong is a massive part of being a successful scalper. The market does not care about your feelings, and holding on to a losing trade just proves you are fighting the market. You might worry that right after you close the bad trade, the price will shoot back up in your favor. Yes, this will happen sometimes, and it will feel very frustrating. You cannot trade based on what if. If you hold on because you think it might bounce, you will eventually hold on during a massive crash, just like when gold has those wild, unpredictable days. The pain of a small, quick loss disappears the moment you find a new, good setup. You can always make a small amount back on the next clear trade. Your account capital is your only tool. If you lose all your tools, you are out of the game entirely. Cutting losses is just protecting your tools so you can work again tomorrow. Cutting losses quickly is what separates a real trader from a gambler. Anyone can get lucky and win, but only a disciplined trader knows how to take a hit, survive, and live to trade another day. 4. Quick decision making. The most important thing is to make your decision as soon as your rules are met. If you see your setup, you must pull the trigger without hesitation. If you spend too much time thinking or second guessing, you will miss the move. By the time you decide, the price will often have already moved too far. When you are in a trade, you have to manage it in real time. You might need to move your stop loss or take your profit at a moment's notice. These management moves are just as important as the entry. If you are slow to act, a winning trade can quickly become a losing one. Remember that being quick does not mean being reckless. You are still following a set plan. You are just executing that plan with speed and confidence. Speed is your advantage as a scalper. If you can train your brain to react to the market instantly, you will be much better at catching the best moves. 5. Performing under stress. Staying steady when you are going through a hard time in your trading, it is very different from just handling regular pressure because this is about surviving a bad period. Every scalper will eventually face a bad week or even a bad month where everything seems to go wrong. You might have a long string of losing trades that makes you want to quit. When this happens, it is very easy to start feeling panicked. You might worry that you are losing your touch or that you will never be profitable again. A common mistake is to think that you can just win it all back by making one huge risky trade. This is like gambling, and it is a dangerous trap that will only make your losses worse. Accepts that a bad streak is just part of the business. You have to look at the numbers and realize it is a normal part of the process. The best way to handle this stress is to stay super disciplined. You must keep trading your exact strategy just like you did when you were winning. If you change your rules because you are stressed, you will just add more chaos to your trading. Sticking to your proven method is what will eventually help you claw your way out of the hole. You should not try to trade more often just to fix the losses. Sometimes, the best thing you can do when you are stressed is to trade less and wait for clearer setups. Focus only on the current trade in front of you. The past is gone and the future has not happened yet, so just focus on making the next smart decision. Sometimes, the best approach is to do an honest assessment of the market. You have to ask yourself if your strategy is actually failing or if the market is just being difficult right now. If you can control your mind and stay focused, you can bounce back from almost anything. Last is adapting to changing conditions. You must be ready to change your plan when the market stops acting the way it was before. Markets are always moving and shifting, so you cannot use the same approach all day long. Being able to do this quickly on the fly is what keeps you alive as a scalper. If you are too slow to change, the market will take back all the profits you made earlier in the day. Sometimes, the market will go through many different phases. Each of these phases needs a different approach. You also need to notice when the market is becoming too dangerous to trade. Sometimes the price moves so erratically that no strategy can reliably predict it. In those moments, the smartest decision is to realize that the conditions are bad and simply stop trading. Not losing money is just as important as winning money. Many traders get stuck because they fall in love with one specific setup. They want that setup to work all day, even when the market environment has completely changed. Staying flexible prevents you from being rigid. If you are rigid, you will break when the market pushes against you. If you are flexible, you can move with the market and survive the pressure. The more you watch these shifts, the faster your brain will recognize them in real time. It becomes a natural part of how you see the charts, like a sixth sense for market rhythm. The market is a living thing that never stays the same. Your ability to adapt your style to fit the current environment is the final secret to staying profitable for a long time.